following session was recorded June 18th, 1989.
Maybe we ought to take off where we left off last night. You guys got some deep realizations. I don't know whether you're aware of it. And it's, by habit, could be put aside. If I talk about it, it'll probably come out different anyhow than it did last night. It was real good. Ask the guys, I'll tell you what it was. But it was... Oh, be not the doer. Who wants to be a doer? So I say, be not the doer. You can see. You can see the light through the window. And in general, there was a lot of question on what does it mean, be not the doer? So I think I start off by saying, well, I told you to release to get everything you want. When you are released, you have no sense of doership. Everything falls into line, right? That's it. When you are released, you experience the sense of being not the doer. So that ought to connect for every one of you. When you're completely released, it just happens with no effort. And so you sit back and watch it happen. The experiencing you go through it. That's being not the doer. Now, you can't stop action. You cannot go into inaction because of your karma. But you should use the action to grow by the action. And one of the big biggies is be not the doer. Watch it happen. Your sense is you're sitting in a theater watching the show go on when you be not the doer. The newer ones to this idea have any question on it? I think the three of you last night had a real good experience of what it means to not be the doer. The three of you have any question on the sense of being in action and being not the doer?
I have a question, because this is what I was working on last night.
Stealing my show, huh?
Maybe I was hearing your show before.
You could.
But I got to the point where, and this is what confused me, where even my will seems senseless.
It is.
But at that point,
If you can be not the doer. But if you cannot be not the doer, then will is usable. Will is effort, efforting to undo the effort. But there's a power in you. It's the willpower where you can decrease if you will. Now, willing is good because you could will out the whole thing if you so decided. I've yet to see the first one do it. Okay, so what's your question now? See, with Alan, I was able to explain it in relative to something that was going on. He wanted to make a preparation for somebody to do something that he would like them to do. And he asked me if I'd call that party, and I said no. Well, in his idea, you had to get ready for it. My concept was, in a matter of 30 seconds, I'll have the whole thing completed when I see this person. Because I'm not the doer. It happens right away. If I continue to be not the doer. If I am the doer, then I got to make preparations, I got to do convincing, I got to do asking, a lot of roundabout stuff. But when you're not the doer, it's the sense of letting go and letting God do it. You actually sit by and watch the body action go on, just as you would a moving picture of your body. I think you've all experienced times when you were not the doer and you saw things happen, right? Right? So you've all experienced it. And experience is the main thing that we need to use to learn. We cannot learn intellectually through the mind, through the head. The mind is the enemy. The mind is the obstacle. The only way we can learn is through experiencing. And each and every one of the 6 of you has experienced being not the doer and watching the thing fall into line without effort. All right, now the thing to accomplish is to have that happen all the time. When it did happen, was it miserable? But every time you effort, you're unhappy. You're striving, you're struggling. Every time you effort, you're not happy. But the moment you let go of identifying yourself as being the body, things are effortless. Actually, add body-mind. But opposite sides of the same coin, the mind and the body. The mind says the body is there. So experiencing is something you should know, the difference between the intellect and experiencing. Everything you accumulate even now in the intellect, you're going to have to drop. To get that intellect, that mind totally quiet. Everything you've learned in your lifetimes, you're going to dump. After which, you're omniscient. After which, you're in touch with your beingness, which is omniscient. And what thinking would omniscience require? Everything is known. What is there to think about? So you shift from using your head, which is your block, to quieting that head, so you just remain as your beingness. And everything is effortless. Everything falls perfectly into line. And you're in the perfect happiness that there is. That's really your basic nature. Don't think you're shooting at me. The applause cause they pause. You know, I feel like stumping there. It's such an important, powerful point. I feel if I talk on further, I just dilute it. So let's stick to that as being the point of this meeting. So could you keep a record of what the major topic was of each meeting? You've got the first four, have you not? Or the first five. And make this number 6. Because someday we'll want to do it again. We missed most of it.
No, I had the summary.
The end, where it says, I think we should stop here.
Then it takes us what it
I remember in the early days, they put a tape recorder on and I'd say, oh, I wish that were not on. No, it would go, and when I'd replay it was blank. Nothing out there but your picture. And for some years, when anyone took a picture of me, I wasn't on the picture. If it was a crowd, everyone would come out but me. Until Nevadel came to town and had a national conference here. She kind of put me up high. And, oh, I must be in the picture. So I said, oh, Lord, let it come out this time. From that time on, my picture comes out now when people shoot it. But it's just another example. There's nothing out there but your consciousness. I know what did it. Oh, I'm not that body. That body's just imagination. So it didn't come out on the negative. Nor on the positive. Okay, so I'll turn it off.
I have a question. This is going to sound like a funny question, but how do you get yourself into the place of not being doing? Is there, what do you
Me? I just say I'm not the door, and that's it.
Not you. How do I do it?
Practice. Of course, the very best way, as I said before, is releasing. When you release, you're not the doer. That bothers you sometimes.
Well, it seems like things happen. You don't really...
That's it. Things happen. You don't have to do them. They just do you in. But the sense is that release sense. You let go and it happens. A sense of letting go and letting go. You don't have to do a thing. You just watch it happen. You're not the doer. Does that answer your question? It's experiential. You're not going to get it in the head. You're going to get it in your experience. I'm dead. You get it in the experience, not in the head. If you want to understand it, come back in a million years. You still won't understand it.
Well, I don't understand it, but I have experiences, so I'll just keep going.
That's it. It's the experience. I had to tell you, a friend told me that. He said, it's understanding. I said, no, understanding will keep you from being free. What did she look at me? This was 2 times ago, so yesterday she said, I think I understand what you mean. It wasn't positive, but she thought so. Anyhow, understanding is in the world of duality, in the realm of Maya. I understand something. When you're in the realm of beingness, there's no understanding. Everything is known. What needs to be known. But what needs to be known? One thing only. One thing only. How long would it take you to know one thing? That you are your beingness. That's all you need to know. If you just only be your beingness, that's the experience that covers everything. And you see, oh my gosh, I've always been omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. You are so right now. So spread your wings and be not the doer. Just fly high. Any questions?
It was just a sense of, it feels like I try to make myself be the doer. That's still
Control. It's trying to control you. No, you to let go. It's not a make yourself do it. It's a sense of letting go and letting it be. It's experiential again. You've experienced it.
just walking over here.
You try to explain an experience that would be like trying to tell you how to fly an airplane, or even drive a car. You've never been in an automobile. I say, just put the key in, put the shift into drive, step on the gas, and you go. You want to go right, you turn the wheel right. You want to go left. Could you drive? I've told you everything you need to know just now about driving a car, but could you drive it? No. You need the experience. A little strong would be an airplane. I could tell you how to fly an airplane. Go up there and down here quickly. Experience is what counts. You do it on a bicycle. I can tell you how to ride a bicycle, but you'll never know how until you experience it. And once you experience it, you can't intellectually transfer an experience to someone else. They must experience it for themselves. So there's a distinct difference between experience and intellectual understanding. The intellectual understanding will not give you the ability to experience. It will lead you toward the experience, but it will not give you an experience because it isn't. It's in the head. It's thinkingness. It's not experiencing.
I've been recently just looking at all the concepts I have up here, like including the spiritual ones, like I'm not the body. And one thing, the way I've been working on, I want to make sure I'm going in the right direction, is even letting go of that belief. Because when I let go of the belief, I very often get more of an inner experience of that concept as opposed to just the concept.
I am not the body is admitting a body. Isn't it? That's the trickiness of the mind. The mind will just trick you, shove you, keep you believing you're an infinitesimal body. The function of the mind is limitation. So when you let go of the mind, what's left over is your being. And that's it. And it's there right now. Unlimited. Maybe we need a banner, unlimited on it, wave it.
doer? I didn't do it.
He's the doer.
I'm not the doer, he did.
He's a katydid.
The following session was recorded June 25th, 1989.
I got the feeling that I shouldn't, at this point in time, give you any more. I'm giving you too much. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about what I gave you so far? Well, here's the points. The first one was on you want the world more than you want freedom. The second, take all your joy from within by releasing. Next, make the decision to go free and then do it. Next one, release directly the fear of dying. And that's a tough one for you, because you think if you release it, you'll die. The next one is get everything you want from here on by releasing. And I think that's the one I like best. Practically, it'll do more for you than anything else. Can you see why? You'll be releasing every moment. Because you're overloaded with wants. Want and wants. How successful have you been on getting everything you want from here on by releasing? Is it working for any of you that everything you want now, you let go and let it come into your experience? Who's experienced the getting everything you want by releasing? Anybody? Oh. Everything. Everything means everything. What? Said you something?
Kevin said, say it, Dora.
Say it, Laura.
I would have to say pretty much with me.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, much is much.
It seems like things happen.
That's the way it should seem. Things just happen. So I left out the last one, be not the doer. Because if you do that, you're not the doer.
That's the one that I've been doing a lot of work.
Be not the doer.
I've been releasing that work that I'm involved in. I always feel that I have to do it. So I catch myself, and that's what
And you let go, and you be not the doer.
rough.
It's releasing wanting to be the ego. That's why we have it open. The doer goes out the door. And the gentle winds waft you gently. But these are powerful things. Very powerful. If you can make a constant habit of one of them, any one of them will get you all the way.
behave like a master, whatever you do, do it to perfection.
That's the one I got space for here. I forgot it. Can I borrow your pen? Was that a full session or just part of the session?
It was a full lesson with summation.
Make your behavior that which a master would do. Is that correct English? Make your behavior that which, anyway you understand it, a master would behave like or do.
I think they behave like a master, whatever you do, do it to perfection.
Yeah, but that's, see, I'm more direct. I say, make your behavior. You see the difference between the way you put it and the way? Yeah, behave like a master and sing song and have a silly grin on it, but the way I give it to you, yeah, it's direct. Make your behavior. Should I say like that of a master?
Lester, I think you also said in regards to the word perfection, that kind of flows as you indicated, or you added, whatever you do it successfully.
Yeah, well, that's the way a master does things. That's one of the things that would apply to doing it as a master would do it. The more imperfectly that we work, the lower down the scale we are. No matter what the thing is that we are doing. So the one you like best is, which one?
I didn't say I liked it best. I said that was one.
Using most.
The one I use most is give everything to the beast. I like that the best.
I like that the best too.
Because it does make it more constant.
Because you can see why. It's the action required to go free. The most directed action to go free is releasing all the obstruction. So today we're going to have releasing 102. The first time it was releasing 101. You've gone to college, you know what that means. I don't know whether they did in your college. Even back in my days, the first course was 101, and the second course 102. I never let go of it. So today, releasing 102. That means by next time, everyone has to release 102 times. Or gets put back one grade. Can you suggest anything that would keep you reminded of that dictum get everything you want by releasing electric probe.
I like the banners too.
Do you all have in your room the sign? It is a most effective way of going free. See, we got a spy here now. Make sure you go free. All right, now is it working for all of you that you're getting things without effort?
Stepped down.
The effort stepped down, but you're getting it stepped up.
Yes.
Was there any time you got it effortlessly? No effort at all, just dropped into your lap. Okay, now that's the experience of being yourself, with a capital S, of being your beingness. It has to be effortless when you're being your beingness. But recognize these things because it will help you and encourage you to do it more so until the whole world drops into your lap effortlessly. Would that be nice? And now once that gets to be your habit, then you discover you can create anything by mere effortless thought. And it drops into your lap.
Get a bigger lab.
Well, we'll set out a pad out here where everything can drop into. We got lots of acreage here.
Right.
But we better call it a lap pad so we can lap up the world. It's a tremendously delightful experience when you do it that way. Have you noticed that? Yeah. Because as you go free, your resistance to allowing the rest of it to come up gets less. As you get freer, your resistance to allowing the remaining garbage to come up gets less. Until someday, all the fear of dying will come up and run out on its own push. But you have to open the door, press the button, ask it to come up. Because every piece of suppressed feeling is under pressure to expend itself. So the higher you go, the less you're resisting the remaining suppressed energy, like that, and the more it'll come up. But when it starts coming up, please let it go. You could sing that song, let it go, God bless it. You catch these things, you might complete the journey, which consists of getting right back to where you are right now. which means you really stop journeying away. You'll stay in the nice place all the time, the best place. Wouldn't it be a nice world if you didn't have to work and scratch for a living and depend on air, water, food? Just sit back and be and be and be and be. So we will be the 4B people. We will just be and be and be and be. And when Shakespeare, who was a very high individual, said to be or not to be, that is the question, he had it upside down. To be or not to be is the answer. And the answer is to be and be and be and be. And that's the ultimate state. You're just being. What you're doing right now, but using tremendous effort to look away from it. And trying to be a limited body-mind. So mind you, let go of the mind, let go of the body, and just be and be and be and be. If you hear the buzzing, that's the home sound. It won't bumble. It'll be nice and smooth. I feel as though I ought to stop here, because what I'm saying is so deep and so powerful, and you're feeling it. And for me to talk further would just take you away from your just being and being and being and being. And that's where the word bingo comes from. When you're just being, bingo, that's it. So I'm going to conclude with saying keep it up until you can just only be and be and be